And, you know, I think if you go back to the other document and look at that, you can see, you know, their original proposal was not out of line. It really wasn't, when considering some of the other work that other districts have done. So, I mean, it's substantial, the amount of work that they have to do, and it requires a lot of expertise. These are huge campuses.
How do board members feel about this?
Go with the original offer and bite the bullet.
Do you have a motion to that effect?
I'll make the motion.
May I just say one thing, please, sir? This will come out of the operations budget, just so you're aware.
We have a
Oh, we're
motion
good using your budget then instead of fund balance.
and a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
So I may proceed with letting them know to go with the original version that they proposed in all due speed. Would you also like for me to prioritize the work? In other words, work on all 4 of these sites at the same time? Or do you want me to tell them, do Mary Potter first and then come back and do the other 3? Or what's your pleasure on that?
Do Mary Potter first would be my suggestion. Let's get that done.
Okay.
I'd like to know how long it would take to do them all too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but, you know.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, because tell us again real quickly, I know it's in here, that when do we have to have a drop dead date to make a decision?
In order to do something different for next year?
No, yes, in other
And
words,
to capture savings?
that would impact next year, or not impact next year, but would,
December would be the latest, because we are missing that recruiting window. That begins in November, so we had the choice fair originally for November, that was the second day, it was originally the 15th, for next week. And we moved it because we were having these conversations, and we need to. But if we're not going to be able to have it on the 29th, I need to sort of let staff know that. If we are going to be able to have it, and these are just going to remain the same next year, I need to be able to let staff know that. Our principals need to know, so just lots of questions.
okay, well, how long, when will we be able to talk about Mary Potter in terms of the study?
I think we should try to have the information by that December 4th meeting. Now, I don't know how you feel about hearing additional information on Toller, and then hearing the study, initial study, for another school. Because at some point, we've got to keep it all straight, and then we have the public hearing that same night. So we really might want to select another date. We'll do whatever your pleasure is.
Well, if we did it on, and I'm just asking, if we did it on December 4th, which with this study, review of this Mary Potter study, can you have the information from the architect by then?
I will find out.
We'll find out
I
in the
will,
morning.
I will twist their arm and tell them we need it by then.
And, you know, well, I don't know, is that something our board would like? Would we like those 3 pieces all in the same night?
I would not.
I wouldn't either.
Okay.
I think we got enough on the plate already. I really do. In fact, I think we have too much that we're not making decisions about. I think we need to go with something Mr. Udy said a while back, that we should take one item, deal with it, then take the next item, deal with it, and get a yeah and nay decision to put us in a place where we can make a decision on it and go from there. We're gonna kill y'all.
And that is the only reason I ask. I only ask that because if it is too much right now, I'd rather know that before we do kill everybody. Because we're almost there. At the same time, we need to know for recruiting purposes for next year. So we just need to know what direction. We can make whatever we need to happen.
And I don't want to work over Christmas. I really don't. If they can help it, I'd love for them to enjoy their Christmas break.
That would be nice. That would.
That's why I mentioned again that maybe this one in January. But I don't know how that would do with your timeline.
Well, I'll be very honest, if that is in January of this year, it makes it difficult to decide whether Mary Potter should recruit families or not recruit families. Or is the district willing just not to do any recruitment until after we get through this? Now, the hard part of that is charter school's gonna start in November no matter what we do. And the early bird gets the worm, so we do have that piece that we're trying to balance. So it's not that it can't happen, it can happen that way, and we push things back, it certainly can.
Okay, so, here we are. So, so we've heard, we have information to come back to us as a result of our conversations about Toller. Is that correct? And we're talking about dealing with that on December the 4th, period. The next thing then would be the study of Mary Potter. And would it just be appropriate to let Dr. McLean and her staff just give us some advice? Once you get into this a little bit, you talk about it, just, I mean, we don't know how much time you need, and I mean, if you'll just get back to us.
If we could do it that way, let us dig into the request tonight for Toller, and let's see how consuming that work becomes in addition to our day jobs. Because
Exactly.
we intentionally didn't hire a recruiting company to do this. There are companies that do this work for studies, and we decided not to do that for money savings, but unfortunately, we do have other things that these folks have to do.
Yeah.
So let us get into that work with Toller, and
And
maybe
then
after a
advise.
week or so, I send something out to all of our board members,
That'd be great.
just sort of letting you know this is a little more challenging than we thought. We've not found the time yet to even start Mary Potter's work, or just what. And that'll give Stan time to talk with those companies
Right.
as well. If we could
Okay.
do that, I think we'd
That'd be
appreciate
great.
it.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. McLean, is there anything else?
The only thing I'd like to share is some of us will be at the school board's annual conference next November 12th through the 14th. But I invite everyone to a school this Friday for our day of giving, day of sharing. That is a district impact day. So lots of neat things going on. And then we have our upcoming kitchen table conversation, and I'd love to have everyone there for that. That's what start, stop, and continue. And I know we're gonna hear a lot. I know we're going to hear a lot from our community, but that's what we want, is good information.
Thank you so much. Thanks all the board members too. This has been a tough 2 days. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So.
Second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, we're adjourned.